Beretta 1. The 92 FS. Every other gun on this list gets made by a company that's been building firearms for less time than Beretta has been building this one specific pistol family. A genuinely staggering statement once you consider how many other manufacturers on this exact list trace their own founding back only a century or two at most. Beretta's official founding date is October 3, 1526, when master barrel maker Bartolomeo Beretta sold 185 arquebus barrels to the Arsenal of Venice, making it the oldest continuously operating manufacturing company on Earth, still run by the same family 15 generations later. Company records claim Beretta made barrels for the Venetian fleet at the historic Battle of Lepanto in 1571, and the firm supplied weapons for essentially every major European conflict from 1650 onward, a level of continuous wartime relevance almost no other firearms manufacturer on this entire list can genuinely claim to match. The modern 92 series pistol, introduced in 1975 and refined into the 92 FS, beat Sig Sauer's P226 in accuracy testing during the U.S. military's brutal 1980s XM9 trials, but won the actual contract on price, becoming the M9 and the standard American sidearm from 1985 onward, with nearly 4 million units eventually produced, each one holding 15 rounds of 9mm in a double-stack magazine at a time when the outgoing 1911 offered barely 7, slide-cracking issues during Navy SEAL training in the late 1980s, with fragments injuring at least 3 operators, pushed special operations units toward the SIG P226 instead, adopted independently as the Mark 25, but the 92 FS held onto general military and law enforcement service for over 3 decades until the M17 finally replaced it in 2017, an extraordinarily long career for a pistol originally designed during the Ford administration. Beretta 2. The 93R. Take the standard 92 platform, add a 3-round burst selector, a folding front grip, and an extended barrel, and the result is the 93R, a select fire machine pistol Beretta developed in the 1970s specifically for Italian counterterrorism units and close protection details who needed considerably more controllable automatic fire than a standard machine pistol could ever offer. That 3-round burst limit exists for a real mechanical reason. Firing fully automatic from a pistol-sized weapon makes muzzle climb almost impossible to manage past the very first couple rounds fired, so capping each trigger pull at 3 shots let operators get a useful burst on target without simply spraying the second and third rounds harmlessly into the ceiling. The 93R also shipped standard with an extended 20-round magazine well beyond the standard 92's 15-round capacity, giving operators enough reserve ammunition to actually make burst fire genuinely worthwhile, rather than emptying the entire gun in just 2 or 3 trigger pulls. Hollywood found the 93R just as useful as Italian counterterrorism units did, most memorably as the heavily modified base for RoboCop's Auto 9, proving a genuinely obscure real-world service pistol could become one of the most recognizable movie prop guns of an entire decade once a costume department got creative with it. Very few genuine 93Rs were ever manufactured compared to the standard 92 it's based on, since select fire machine pistols require extensive additional licensing and almost exclusively sell to military and law enforcement agencies rather than the general commercial market that made the standard 92 series so ubiquitous worldwide. If you've ever wondered how one company's design ends up inside completely unrelated pistols decades apart, that's the kind of connection this channel keeps digging into. Subscribe if you want the next one traced out the same way. Beretta 3. The 9.5 Jetfire. Long before Q ever handed James Bond a Walther PPK, author Ian Fleming armed 007 with a small flat .25 caliber Beretta automatic in the very first Casino Royale novel published in 1953. And while the exact model Fleming had in mind remains debated among collectors and Bond historians to this day, the actual Beretta 950 Jetfire did eventually appear on screen in Bond's own hands in 1989's License to Kill. Introduced in 1952, the year before that first novel published, the Jetfire uses a genuinely unusual tip-up barrel design. Rather than racking a slide to chamber a round, the shooter simply flips the barrel upward and drops a cartridge directly into the chamber by hand, a mechanism built specifically for shooters who might genuinely struggle to rack a slide under stress or with limited hand strength. Chambered in the notoriously weak point 25 ACP, the Jetfire traded stopping power entirely for size, weighing barely 10 ounces empty, and Beretta even sold a companion variant called the Minx, chambered in the even more anemic .22 short, essentially guaranteeing neither gun was ever meant as a primary defensive weapon, so much as a genuinely last-resort backup option for the most desperate circumstances imaginable. The Jetfire remained in continuous production for over 50 years until 2003, and Beretta still sells that same tip-up barrel concept today in the modern Tomcat and Bobcat pocket pistols. Beretta 4. The APX. By 2015, the U.S. Army had grown genuinely tired of the aging M9 and launched the modular handgun system competition to find its permanent replacement. And Beretta's answer was the APX, its first ever full-size striker-fired pistol built around a removable, serialized steel chassis. Conceptually similar to the modular system Sig Sauer had already built into its own competing P320 design. Beretta actually tried to avoid the competition entirely first, offering an upgraded M9A3 as a cheaper alternative to replacing the pistol outright. But the military rejected that proposal and forced every manufacturer to compete on a clean slate. The APX passed every single test in the competition and survived a punishing 45,000-round endurance schedule. But Sig Sauer ultimately won the contract in 2017 by sweetening its bid with a specialized ammunition package the Army simply couldn't match value for value, proving that sometimes the better engineered pistol still loses a military contract over price rather than performance. Beretta brought the APX to civilian gun store shelves within months of losing that military contract, quickly expanding the line into Centurion, Compact, Combat, and single-stack carry variants, essentially reusing years of military-grade development work to build out an entire consumer pistol family almost overnight, rather than starting over from scratch. Beretta 5. The Px4 Storm. Most semi-automatic pistols manage recoil by letting the slide and barrel travel straight back together before separating. But the Px4 Storm does something genuinely different from nearly every competitor on the market. Its barrel rotates around its own axis during recoil instead of simply tilting. A rotating barrel locking system that spreads recoil energy across a rotational motion rather than a purely linear one. That rotation measurably softens felt recoil and muzzle flip compared to a standard tilting barrel design of similar size and caliber. A real enough advantage that French National Police and Gendarmerie units adopted the PX4 platform for general service use. The Storm line covers an unusually wide spread of calibers for one shared platform, from 9mm and .40 Smith & Wesson up through .45 ACP, all built around the same rotating barrel principle, simply scaled up in size and mass to handle each cartridge's specific pressure and recoil impulse. The Storm name itself reflects Beretta's broader modern polymer pistol lineup, sharing design language and some parts commonality with the smaller Nano and PX4 compact variants built around that same rotating barrel concept scaled down for concealment. Beretta 6. The 686/687. Not every Beretta on this list is a pistol, and the 686 and 687 over-under shotguns represent the company's other, equally important core identity. 5 centuries of barrel-making expertise applied entirely to competitive clay target shooting rather than combat or defense. Built with 2 barrels stacked vertically rather than side by side, an over-under design gives a shooter a single sighting plane down the top rib, exactly like a rifle. A real advantage for the split-second target tracking that trap. Skeet and sporting clays all demand at a competitive level. Trap shooters typically favor a slightly higher point of impact, suited to rising targets launched away from the shooter, while skeet and sporting clays shooters lean toward a flatter, more centered pattern for targets crossing at every conceivable angle imaginable. And Beretta offers different stock dimensions and rib configurations across the 686 and 687 lines specifically to suit each discipline. The 687 variant adds engraved side plates and higher-grade wood stocks aimed at the higher-end competition and collector market, while the 686 keeps things simpler and more affordable. But both share the same box lock action Beretta has refined across generations of dedicated clay shooters who treat a shotgun's balance and pointability as seriously as any rifle shooter treats a trigger pull. Beretta 7, the ARX-16. Italy needed a genuinely modern replacement for its aging service rifles by the mid-2010s, and Beretta's answer, the ARX-160, formally adopted by the Italian Army starting in 2015, was built from the ground up around real modularity rather than simply bolting extra accessories onto an existing older design. The rifle's barrel can be swapped in under a minute without any tools, and unlike most service rifles locked to a single cartridge, the ARX-160 can convert between 5.56 NATO, 7.62 by 39 mm, and .300 blackout by changing the barrel and bolt, giving a single rifle platform the flexibility to match ammunition available in a given region or mission rather than forcing logistics to match the gun. A full-length top rail runs the entire length of the receiver, letting units mount everything from red dots to magnified optics without any separate adapter needed, and the rifle's polymer furniture keeps it noticeably lighter than the older, all-steel service rifles it replaced in Italian Army inventory decades earlier. Fully ambidextrous controls, including a charging handle and magazine release that work identically from either side, round out a rifle clearly designed by a company thinking about the next 50 years of service rather than simply modernizing what Italy already had in inventory. Beretta 8, the 84 Cheetah. Before Beretta built a compact pistol around 9mm capacity, it built one around .380 ACP concealability instead, and the Cheetah series, introduced in 1976, proved a genuine double-stack magazine could fit into a pistol still small enough for plainclothes and off-duty carry without sacrificing every bit of capacity a shooter might want. Sharing much of its exposed hammer, open-slide design language with the larger 92 introduced around the same period, the Cheetah became a favorite among European police officers who needed a backup or off-duty option without switching to an entirely different manual of arms from their duty pistol. That same design lineage stretched across an entire alphabet of variants, the 81, 84, 85, and 86, differing mainly in magazine capacity and caliber, giving Beretta a genuinely complete family of compact .380 and .32 caliber pistols built on one shared operating system for well over 4 decades of continuous production. The Cheetah found real traction in the American market too, imported throughout the 1980s and 1990s as a favorite among concealed carriers who wanted a slim, all-metal alternative to the polymer-framed compacts that would eventually come to dominate that same category of the market entirely.